Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry for the weird start. I'm on the tail end of this. Just gotta kill this last ghost. I was doing a little bit of event material grinding and lost track of time. Hey V6, say ha. I should have used whatever. It's too late. Just 1 second, we'll be we'll be out of this. I just you know. Yeah, stuff happened. Alright, there we go. Anyway, welcome back to Fate Grand Order. Last time we started Salem. And things were kinda sussy, not gonna lie. There were girls doing like a demon summoning ritual that didn't go well, or it really didn't do anything. Now one of said girls is in trouble, and her family's or her uncle's servants now in deep doo-doo, and now we're looking around town, I believe, is where we left off, to see what other oddities there were, because apparently things were wrong. Like, they shouldn't have, like, a proper, like, port set up to receive, like, cargo and whatnot quite yet. Apparently, I think that's one of the things they said was a bit weird. Like, it was like a little bit too early for that. So yeah, we're investigating the town. Hey, Gogeta. Yeah, we left off on the third node of A Knot Before Dawn. Oh boy. Let us see what there's to see. Those must be the traveling performers. What were they thinking, coming all this way to perform in a village like this? But it did, yeah, that's one of the things I was afraid would happen, is Matahari's and Neza's outfits are a bit risque for 1692 or whatever. What a disgraceful outfit. I could never let my child see that. I hope they put on a play about romance between aristocrats. Quats. Hi there, young man. I hope you'll come out to see the Ritsuka Company perform. Young boy's probably like, mother? Mommy? I thought I was used to being stared at, but this is something altogether different. Remember, we're supposed to be entertainers now, so you can't get angry no matter what they say to you. I know, but I can't help being French. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. French. Shaking my head. I'm just out of place here. I'm just as out of place here. Besides, you can pass as an educated gentleman as long as you keep quiet. In my case, I just come across as a Roma who came to the New World to make my fortune. These villagers may not care for the British Army, but they don't have much love for the French either. Oh, give it about 80 years. That tune will change for a short while, at least. But they'll love the French here in about 80-90 years. Again, for a little bit. In fact, this British settlement and France are currently at odds with one another. Only 40 miles north, the French army led Native Americans against the northern British colony, completely wiping it out.
Naturally, the British retaliated and the respective colonies ended up fighting a fearsome battle. The competition for resources is fierce between colonies. War is all but inevitable.
The audience Salem, yeah.
Truth be told, my great-grandfather, the first head of our family,
Was part of the French colonial army himself.
he was deployed to Canada, but he must have taken part in skirmishes around this area as well.
I see. No wonder you have such complex feelings with this place. Retaliation after retaliation. Soldiers sacrificing their lives to
Avenge the loss of their commanders.
Is that why you and Robin are always arguing? You really should stop taking shots at him.
You're barking up the wrong tree there. He's the one who keeps provoking me.
And you're at least partially
To blame for that. As long as you're going to be working together, you'll need to find ways to get along. Yeah. Yeah, no, can't have our servants fighting amongst each other. Well, you know, no.
Sometimes other people just have their own way of doing things. And that's okay.
I'm trying to be as accommodating as I can, Oh? Isn't that
what?
Yes, that's the girl we saw last night. I've been looking for her too.
Yeah, the scary one.
I can't believe a Whittler is out and about in broad daylight.
A what?
You got a lot of nerve coming out now and you never show your face at church.
I guess that's a way of saying heretic, maybe? Okay.
I'm just going to buy whale oil.
Whale oil? And just what are you going to do with that? Are you going to use it for another blasphemous spell, or... pardon me.
Oh, it's a surname. Okay, I thought he was calling her like a slur or something. Like, damn, bro.
Has this girl wronged you somehow? Who are you? You're one of those traveling performers. That's right, my name is Sanson. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Tell me, what possible use would this girl have for oil besides lighting a lantern? What could she possibly have done to warrant such treatment?
What business is it of yours?
Charles, we just talked about this.
Are you threatening me? No, that was not my intention. I apologize if I offended you. Humph, what a strange man. Muttering.
He's gone now. Well, I guess that worked out in the end.
Yeah, kinda. Sorta.
So you do live in this village?
Fugitive from last night?
What?
You're performers?
That's right. I'm sorry for frightening you.
She hasn't let her guard down at all. Would you mind if we asked you about what happened last night? Anything you can tell us would be a big help. That really surprised us seeing something like that happen right after we got here. Did Abby say something to you?
Oh, so you're a friend of Abigail's? That makes this easier.
Stop it. Nobody's friends with me.
That's sad. What'd you do?
Lavinia. My name is Lavinia Woodley. Everyone in Salem knows my family and hates them. Did you think that old man was just yelling at me for no reason?
Am I crazy or did that get longer?
He wasn't. The whole village hates what we're doing. I don't blame them.
So your family is tying you down. I'm Charles Henry Sanson. I may be French, but I'm not your enemy.
Are you defending me? Why are you being nice to me?
Because we have no reason to be mean to you? What?
Is it because of how I look? I'm an albino, a freak, a living skeleton.
All your albinism means is that you were born without enough melanin. That's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just a part of who you are. I don't find it ugly at all. However, it would behoove you to eat better, if you don't mind me saying so.
You're an idiot.
Okay.
If you want your show to succeed here,
You should stay away from me. Is she looking out for us? I think she is. Okay.
We would never charge admission to children. Isn't that right, Matahari?
of course not. We hope to see you at our show, Lavinia. If you like, we'd even be happy to provide a seat we can watch in privacy without worrying about the rest of the audience. Then I just have one request. What's that? Don't tell Abby I was there last night.
Okay.
If you do, I'll tell everyone else what I saw.
When what did you see? Exactly.
I'll tell them you used magecraft
To kill those beasts. I saw the whole thing. Oh.
Why is she so certain about that?
Yeah, so the whole thing about people hating our family, yeah.
So you wish us to keep your presence a secret from Abigail, do you? I can see that this is very important to you.
So, what will you do?
I mean, you want it to be a secret, so it'll be a secret.
Alright. We promise we won't tell her.
Don't talk to me again. Okay, fine, sure, whatever.
I'm afraid we can't promise that.
Guess we've got a problem on our hands.
Could an ordinary child be so unbothered after seeing a fight like that? The Wordley family, I think we'd better look into them as well.
That's all well and good, but... You kind of looked to me like you cared more about her than her possible connection
To the Demon God Pillar.
Are you sure we can trust her?
I am, yes.
Okay, he's redeeming himself from Orleans. He's pretty chill.
Really now? Well, never mind that for the time being. Let's go report this to Master. I wonder how Robin and the others are doing.
But, again, to be fair, in Orleans, he was under madness enhancement. But he did, after being defeated once, forcefully stay around and was... I don't know. I'm still questioning whether his dark form after being defeated the first time was actually him or if he was still under the madness enhancement. I don't know.
Robin. Suggestion. Listen.
What is it, Prince Neza? If you got something secret to tell me, make it quick. Because there's a sweet little tavern over there with my name on it.
On duty. Drink not. Want not. I mean, Robin. Listen. Have a suggestion.
Yeah, what is it already?
This area. Strange. Unrealistic. Therefore, no sense in sneaking. We capture villagers.
Question them individually. Rational, efficient. And then when you let them go, they'll tell the others, and now cover will be blown. Like, hello?
We can handle anyone who resists. Concern. Unnecessary.
I see. No wonder you were cast in a period piece.
Naturally.
So you're kind of chafing under the whole slow, methodical investigation thing, yeah? I don't blame you. If you wanted to run in and start throwing our weight around to find out what we're looking for quickly, we could do that. We're servants and just ordinary people. They'd be way easier to handle than monsters. That said, I won't pretend like I've got everything all figured out, but even though we can feel the runaway demon god pillar's aura all around us, we're still trying to figure out what's really going on here. You still haven't been at Chaldy all that long. You weren't with us traveling back in time during the restoration of humanity. Back then, we had to be real careful not to interfere too much, or we could have ended up
No? Okay, I'm sorry. We didn't know that it could affect actual history until Babylonia, when Gil said as much. For the first 6, we assumed it would just go back to normal and the singularity would disappear. It wasn't until Babylonia that we knew. Okay. Alright.
There's a little chance of that happening here, but we still had to be careful. Careful not to bring along anything that didn't exist in this time so we could get in here to begin with. And we're dealing with this false incarnation nonsense weakening us. If we just stormed in and made enemies of the whole town, we might have wound up dead. They could have brought a whole militia against us or something. We always had the option of brute force where necessary in other singularities, but here I think that might actually be the worst thing we could do. I'm pretty sure Master's picked up on this too, you know. If you were to ask her, she'd tell you that violence isn't the answer here in Salem. It's kind of like we're trying to make our way through dense fog with someone else holding onto our lifeline. Don't know about you, but I sure don't want to accidentally break one of this world's rules we don't yet know about and just get knocked right off the stage. Yeah, wouldn't do to get
sent out of here early for some reason.
As long as you don't know who we're up against, it's best to act like each step could be our last. Besides, we're out here trying to keep these people safe, remember? And this is a peaceful village of innocent people. We have no call to go around hurting them, right?
Pondering. Reconsidering. Understood. We'll play along.
Really? Awesome. Good to see you can listen on like a certain
Frog I could mention. Bruh.
Right then, let's go try some of that
Caribbean imported rum.
No drinking. Hinders investigation. Out of the question.
Come on, you're kidding, right? Don't get all straight-laced on me now, Your Highness.
So the sea is right past those wheat fields. This whole area must be grassland.
Hey, Canon, all the servants were summoned with the knowledge, but not one of them realized the Chaldea staff was in the know. I have trouble believing that. I know you said head canon, but yeah, I don't know about that. Because surely someone would have. No, Da Vinci would have said something. Because she, yeah, no, I don't know.
So the sea is right past those wheat fields. This whole area must be grassland. I heard that land like this that's shared and managed by the whole village is called a common here. This should be the side Abby ran off to. I wonder where she could be now. By the way, Senpai?
Yeah?
Did you think there was something a little strange about Media? I thought I was just imagining things before we reshifted, but now...
You know, she was acting strange.
So you thought so too then? She just doesn't seem like herself somehow. At first I thought she might just be upset about how we asked her to come to a place that's best known for its witch trials. But then she was eager to help me set up the comms device last night. I'm just not sure what to think anymore.
I'll see what I can find out. Alright, they're putting it together.
Okay. Thank you, Senpai. Of course, I hope I'm wrong about this. We made it through the bounded field and into Salem. No matter how peaceful the scenery may be, this is still enemy territory. It's eminently possible we've played into their hands without realizing it.
Look, there's a gold rabbit hopping around there. Wait, actually gold? Or...
Huh? Where did that come from? A gold rabbit? Oh, where is it? Wait, that's not a gold rabbit. That's golden hair. It's Abby. Ugh. Don't tease me like that, Senpai.
Shaking my head, Ritsuka. Don't tease the eggplant. I'm so confused with what's going on with her outfit here. I assume her dress is just really poofy. Like I don't understand what's happening here. Like what? That's my best guess is it's just really poofy. But okay.
Oh, hello, Miss Ringmaster. Hello, Mash. Did you come all this way looking for me? I'm sorry for running off like that. I promise I'll go home soon. I would just like to stay out here a little longer. Abby. I'm sorry. I made someone as wonderful and nice as you worry, Mash. I know it was all my fault. And I know that Uncle is just being sensible. He's completely right. I was thoughtless and I put all my friends in danger. I even ended up getting Tatuba in awful trouble when she didn't do anything wrong. And after she told me such wonderful tales from our homeland, too. After all that, I shouldn't just be allowed to watch your show like it did nothing wrong. I don't know what to say to her. Is there any way we can cheer her up, Senpai?
Why don't we take a little walk? Then push her in the ocean. I mean... No.
A walk? Okay. I love going on walks. There's a path to the beach down that hill over there. The wind's not too cold today, so I bet it's perfect weather for a walk. It's really nice out, right? Yes, it's lovely. Oh, I almost forgot.
What?
Uncle said I'm not supposed to talk to the guests.
Well, your uncle's not here, is he? What about talking to friends?
Oh yes,
That's a wonderful idea.
You're fun. Yeah,
Fung.
fun, Miss Ringmaster.
Speaking of weather, it's actually supposed to rain today where I'm at, which I'm glad for. a break from the 95 degrees. What are some of your favorite things, Abby?
My favorite things? I'm so glad you asked, Miss Ringmaster. I have so many, it's hard to keep track. Let's see. One of them is definitely pancakes.
You know, pancakes are pretty good.
I adore fluffy pancakes with lots of butter and crispy bacon on top. Oh, and more than anything, I love mashed potatoes covered with piping hot gravy.
Hot take. I might get crucified. But regular the mashed potatoes, even with gravy on them, sucks balls. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. But I'm talking like plain mashed potatoes, not like the good mashed potatoes that have like garlic and herbs and whatnot, like actual flavor mixed into it is good. But plain mashed potatoes with gravy, kind of booty cheeks, not gonna lie.
There's nothing better than that.
Gulp.
That does sound incredibly delicious. Gravy, huh? I've heard of it before,
but I've never actually had it. What's it like? It's overrated.
Oh goodness. Mash, you've never had gravy before? Did they not make it in Europe? It's a scrumptious sauce made using the juices... Made using the juices from cooked meat. The grown-ups will like to put it on turkey and steak, but I really love it on potatoes. It's not the kind of thing you have every day either. You only get to enjoy it on Thanksgiving. It's too bad you and the rest of the Ritsuka company didn't come during a holiday, Mrs. Ringmaster. It has been a while since we celebrated anything, though. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Still, the meal that Tatuba made for us was, very good in its own right. I'd never had porridge before either, so it was quite,
I guess Caldia... Actually, that's kind of surprising. Like, even during the restoration of humanity, when it couldn't bring new supplies in, they never had to resort to just making porridge. That's actually kind of surprising.
So it was quite, novel. Huh? It's okay, Mash, I understand. You don't have to be so polite. Tatuba does the best she can with what little we have. But I know that porridge isn't something seasoned travelers like you would really love. I'm sorry. I guess you saw right through me. Tatuba cares a lot about being frugal, though I'm not sure why. Maybe it has to do with her own beliefs. So when she makes porridge, she'll water down the milk and skimp a lot on the honey. I mean, it makes sense. Don't wanna run out, right? Like, I'm not sure if Uncle just doesn't mind or if he likes how she saves some money, but he never says a word about it.
Or maybe he has no taste buds.
There are so many things Salem is missing.
Do you like this village, Abby?
Oh, you want to know how I feel about Salem? Nobody's ever asked me that before. I'm not quite sure how to answer. Were you born here, Abby? Yes, I was. There was a comet in the sky the year I was born. It was so big you could even see it during the day. I don't remember seeing it myself, but I'm sure it must have been a wonderful sight.
I mean, yeah, if you were just born, like, the hour before, like, yeah, I would think you wouldn't remember.
Anyway, I'm sure Salem pales in comparison to someplace like Boston. But even this town has a lot going for it. Uncle told me that its name comes from the word Jerusalem. You know all about Jerusalem, right? Every good Christian does. It's the holy city that was once
Ruled by both King David and King Solomon. You know, good thing we didn't bring David along. He might have opened his big mouth.
The Knights of the Crusades headed east to find it, but our Pilgrim Fathers set sail for the west instead. When they arrived at the New World, they founded the towns of Plymouth, Boston, and Salem. It must have been really hard when they first arrived. But now ships come here from around the world. And you saw how big our rye fields are, right? Can you believe this all used to be woodland once? God was kind enough to let us put down roots and settle here. We're truly blessed. You're very proud about being part of a pioneer village, aren't you? Of course I am. It's where I was born and raised, after all. Isn't everyone proud of where they grew up? Yes, that's right.
Mash grew up in Chaldea.
I think I can understand how you feel, if only a little. This is how history was made, after all. Plus, at this time,
Why you... Mash, should you be saying, at this time, New England was still a British colony? Like, why are you saying this out loud? Okay. Is this not... Okay. Mash, you, Right. Right.
New England was still a British colony, and hadn't yet declared its independence as America. America?
Who's that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just forget I said anything.
That's right.
The people of Salem are still technically British.
Even if they did become colonists to seek their independence. I have to remember they're not servants, and don't have any modern-day knowledge. Have you ever been anywhere besides Salem, Abby? No, not yet. I haven't left Salem in my whole life. Really? Not even once?
I mean, it makes sense. What, the next closest, like, Boston is how far? I don't even, like, how far is Boston from Salem? I think they said at the beginning when I think it's like, what, 10 kilometers? It's not an insignificant distance. Actually, hang on. Now I'm curious. Hang on. How far is Boston from? Okay, weird that that's the first auto fill thing that pops up when I type in how far is Boston. But you know, okay, we'll not worry about that. Oh no, it's even further than that. It's 21.7 miles. So like 45 kilometers? No, that's not right. 21.7 miles. Miles to kilometers. 35, not 45, 35. 35 kilometers.
Really? Not even once?
So yeah, quite a bit farther than I thought. So yeah, no, a child, what, 12? It's 1692. You said she was born in 1680. So yeah, 12-year-old. Yeah, I'm not surprised she's not been anywhere else. I mean, there might be another small village closer, maybe. Maybe.
Everything you know about Boston, I heard from others. I'm sorry for misleading you. I just love hearing about other towns and other countries. Same as Ringmaster. You and your company have performed all over Europe and the colonies, right?
Yeah.
What sort of show did you put on in Boston? Did you stop by Jamestown too? Is it true that New York has stores where you can buy tea and porcelain from the Orient? Oh, I really wish I could see your show. But since I can't, could you at least tell me about the different countries you've been to? Would that be alright, Senpai?
Yeah, just, don't mention the fact that we were there in, you know, different time periods. You know, you should be fine. Probably.
Really?
You know, I should give her a British accent, shouldn't I?
That's wonderful. Thank you, Miss Ringmaster.
That's not even. I don't know.
That's great. I love hearing about foreign countries too.
How do you feel about your uncle? Weird question.
Uncle Carter's very responsible and quiet and strict. Everyone in the village is very pious, but I think they're also very stubborn.
And they don't like to admit when they've made a mistake.
But when Uncle starts talking to them in his calm voice, they always seem to accept what he says. I see. So the other villagers really trust him, don't they? Yes they do. He teaches at
Harvard, damn, divinity school in Boston. After all, sheesh.
He studies the Orient there. I don't really quite know what he researches. But he always has fascinating things to share about foreign countries.
Right.
He's told me some really unusual stories about faraway lands like the Qing Dynasty, I think, and the Mughal Empire, and a place called, Zipang. They're all so fascinating. I see. It sounds like your uncle is where your love of foreign countries came from then. I guess he must be. Well, I do love hearing stories like that, but my very favorite thing is when I tell them to my friends and let my imagination run wild. Oh, so you spread misinformation that came from your brain. Okay. Like, yeah, here's some things that are probably true. My uncle told it to me. But also, here's some other stuff that, you know, I'm just conjecturing. Or you're romanticizing about it. Okay. My imagination ran wild. I especially enjoy telling them to Lavinia. She's always so interested to hear them. Lavinia? Is that a friend of yours? Yes, she's the same age as me. So she was also born in the year of the comet. She's the best. I always love talking with her. Then why does she not want you to know she was... Okay. None of the other girls have much interest in foreign countries, so they only ever ask boring questions. But Lavinia loves to read, so she knows all sorts of things. Sometimes I even think she knows more than Uncle.
She might.
Sometimes we even come here to watch the sea together. But...
Did you and Lavinia have a fight?
Yes. This time you saw right through me, Miss Ringmaster. I must have upset her somehow because lately, she just won't talk to me.
I think she's afraid of you getting implicated in... Yeah.
I asked her about it, but she kept refusing to answer, so after a while I got upset too. But she's still my best, most cherished friend. Being apart has helped me realize that. I noticed there are a number of friends of yours at the secret gathering last night, though.
Oh no. Luckily, we don't know the Mash and Ritsuka don't know the name, so. Yeah. Oh, no, they didn't even see Lavinia, did they? It was only Sanson. I think.
Does that mean Lavinia wasn't among them? I secretly sent her an invitation, but she never showed up, just like I knew she wouldn't. I wonder.
Oh no, okay, no, so Mash did see her. I couldn't remember.
Could that be the girl who ran off into the forest? I talked to Tuba about this, and she gave me some advice. She told me to be honest with myself, and think about whether I'd done something to hurt her without knowing or meaning to. She recommended I ask myself 3 questions.
What were they?
First, have I pretended to be someone I'm not? Second, have I jumped to any conclusions about her? And third, have I been neglecting to pay attention to tomorrow because I'm still nursing a grudge from yesterday?
Yeah, you don't really seem the type.
The tuba said that? I see. After that, I realized there were a lot of things Lavinia could be angry at me for. And now I don't know what to apologize for first. May I say something? Does Lavinia have white hair? And very pale skin?
Oh no, mash, don't, no. I know you weren't there for it, but we made a promise.
That's right. Have you already met her, Mash?
Oh, I know Mash doesn't know, but still. Well, this is gonna cause problems.
I actually saw her in the forest last night. I guess I hadn't told you yet. Really? Do you mean it? Then she showed up after all. I'm so glad. I'm just sorry I didn't notice she was there. Now I have something else to apologize to her about.
So that was Lavinia, huh? Yeah.
Wow, so you saw her too, Miss Ringmaster? Some people tease her about the way she looks. Some go even further and say she looks downright sickly. That's fucked up. But I think she's beautiful. She looks just like a star fairy, don't you think? If you ever make fun of her, I'll never forgive you. Don't worry. Neither Senpai nor any of us would ever do that. Hey, look. I can see a sailboat on the other side of the pasture. It sounds
Kind of heated over there.
I can hear people shouting angrily. Did a new ship just dock? The sailors can be kind of rough. The wharf is just past this grassland, but... Eek! Senpai, that was a gunshot.
It came from the direction. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I didn't hear the gunshot, so I was like, why did she eek?
It came from the direction of the wharf. I hope it's not a mutiny. It's the Indians. The Indians are attacking. Huh? From the sea?
Didn't one of ours head for the wharf? Did they? Oh yeah, Robin and Nezza were at the wharf, weren't they?
Yes, I believe Robin and Nezza did. Abby, are you alright? Let's get you back to the village before...
What? Oh, does she have... Oh yeah, because her parents were killed by the Native Americans, right? So she probably has, like, PTSD or something from it.
Abby? Outside. Can't go outside. Outside Salem. Nothing but pain and suffering. Everyone who comes from outside is...
Okay. Oh god. Hey. I'm not reading that.
Who do you think you are, pointing your blade at me? You ain't leaving here alive now until you get down on the floor and beg for mercy.
What's the star? I have no idea. I was curious. Curious about that too, but
a blade? Preposterous. Third-rate seaman. The true blade of my fire-tipped spear.
is red hot flame. Maybe don't say that out loud here. Maybe don't.
Your flimsy arms, will they continue to blunder? The next strike will be no mere scratch.
Well, this wench is awful rocker. Where the hell she get that thing from anyway? That was amazing. Did you just deflect our shots? Was that magic? Or you acrobats or something?
Not acrobat. I am martial artist.
Yeah. Sorry about this, gents. Would you mind putting away those scary-looking muskets and knives now? We were just trying to relax before a big show. I hope you can understand. Oh, you're the ones who started it. And I absolutely understand you're upset. But can we just keep it cool since this is a tavern and all? What's the big idea, Neza? What are you trying to pull here?
You would have me remain silent in the face of such shame?
Oh, were they being... Yeah. During this time period, didn't... Yeah. If I remember correctly, they, yeah. There was a lot of, sexual harassment. When it came to, yeah.
In the face of such shame?
I'm assuming they probably were saying some not so nice things and being touchy. If I were to assume. Got it. Let's wipe the floor with them. Oh. Okay.
Absolutely. Once I am done, not even a speck shall remain.
Ringmaster?
Are you nuts? You just got here. Why would that be the first thing out of your mouth?
These seamen, the root of evil. Therefore, I shall cut them down where they stand.
Oh yeah, you're still on about that wench. If you're trying to draw in customers, you're doing a terrible job. And what you supposed to be anyway? Another or something? That's what I'm talking to you. So you're the ringmaster, eh? What kind of company are you running, letting your freaks run the road like this?
So what exactly happened here anyway? They probably were saying some, not so nice things.
Please listen, master. To begin, once we entered this tavern, Macho there
Sat at a gambling table, began drinking.
Hey now.
Whatever became of the mission, he lost at dice, more and more, even demanded I bet our travel expenses.
Robin. Was I blaming these nice sailors for no reason? I mean, harassment of, it's not bad in context, but a lot of people use it for just any one from Asia, whereas the Orient is a very specific locale. So it's... I don't know, some people... Yeah, it's... yeah. I don't know. I prefer to stay on the safe side of things. I don't... yeah, you know, personally speaking.
Whoa, keep that to yourself.
Nothing better to do, so I followed his example, joined him, gambling table.
Uh-huh.
Had no idea what I was doing. Beer was so bad, it was undrinkable. Then, at my lowest moment,
third-rate seaman gestured towards me. Called me prostitute. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. That was, that's what I was hesitating to say, is there was I mean, honestly, that stereotype still kind of is around today. Maybe less so, but, yeah, back then, a lot of... Yeah. Yeah. They, yeah. Yeah.
called me prostitute, began touching me near my waist. That I did not mind.
You didn't... Oh. Oh, okay. But sure, I guess if you didn't mind, that's fine. But then why are you upset? What? Okay. That's surprising. Next, he made me sit on his lap, told me to pour him another glass. Okay. That sort of frivolity, I also do not mind.
I do not mind. However, the seaman remained in high spirits, yet as he kept drinking, burst into tears.
Oh, so you got mad that he shamed your chest size? But you were originally a guy who then was resurrected as into a female body. So why do you care? Okay.
He began to complain how sad my body is. Can you believe? This body.
Oh, so you're mad for the person who... Okay.
Given to me by Tai Zen-Ren himself. How dare this man appraise this body as sad? How dare he?
Okay. Okay. You know, if the other part didn't bother you and you were down for it, sure. Okay. That's what bothers you about this.
That's about when I couldn't take it anymore and tried to go smooth things over. According to that sailor, Nez was so light that he figured she wasn't eating well enough. And that got him thinking about the kid he left behind in his own country.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that? So why the hell this wench of yours gonna pull a weapon on me?
Okay.
Don't worry about it too much, young ringmaster.
This guy's just a big old lecher. Yeah, I can tell. He was just trying to get your wench to feel sorry for him so he could take her to bed. He does it all the time. Okay. You know, I'm not gonna claim to know all of what Nezu would be down for, but if she was down for the other stuff, sitting on his lap and whatnot, yeah, he could have just kept flirting normally, and see where that got him. Well, like, he didn't really need to... Okay. Right.
Sure ain't much fun to be had in a Puritan port town like this, after all. Yeah, now that we sailors know your performers belong here. Might as well get along, ha ha.
Interesting. If we do go with Neza being out of line, we apologize. But if we say it was Robin, then we have to have Robin apologize. Interesting. I mean, I don't think she was. I don't think they were out of line though, to be honest. Like. No, I guess pulling a weapon was too far. If at that point they just wanted to get up and like slap him and then leave, that'd be one thing. But yeah, like pulling a weapon on him, I guess was too far.
Oh yeah? And you'll be buying us all a drink? Why ain't that thoughtful of you, ringmaster? You might be young, but you got a good head on your shoulders.
I did nothing wrong. You could have slapped him and just moved on. You didn't have to pull your spear on him.
Don't worry about it. Master's just putting on an act, herself. At least I think she is.
She'll throw all of their tea into. Oh no! That's 80 years too early.
Nah, cut that out. It's still a century too early for that.
What's going on? What was all the commotion about? I rushed here as fast as I could, but all I see now is people drinking happily. Come on, what happened here anyway?
Don't worry about it, Mash. Everything is said and done.
I see. I suppose I understand. I'm just glad matters were resolved before they got out of hand.
I mean, shots were fired. So, I mean, you know.
I'm just glad matters were resolved before they got out of hand, relieved sigh.
Nah, performers, eh? If the storm out in the bay keeps us stoky, maybe we'll go see a show for ourselves.
A storm? Has there been a stretch of poor weather out in the bay? Is that why you're all hanging out in this tavern?
You go to Specs. Gotta say though, I'm surprised you even thought to come before me on Salem at all. What sort of show you be putting on?
Oh, what we were thinking of.
Hold it, all of you. I want to hear what you have to say too. I say you're going around telling everyone you're traveling performers. But I don't buy it. Ringmaster, that guy's been sitting in the corner for a while now. He's one of the villagers, not a sailor. I run a general store here in Salem. Well, I've been to Boston a number of times, but I've never seen any entertainers like you before. I know there's a lot of strange folk in the theater, but no one would ever come to Salem looking to get rich. Unless you're secretly up to some dirty, shameful business, like that sailor said. For that matter, you're awfully young to be a troop leader. How many shows have you performed anyway?
This will be our first.
What was that? Whoa, it's not what it sounds like. She means this will be her first time performing with our current members. Naturally.
Yeah, Neza, you should keep your mouth shut, please. Another problem on our hands, huh?
Ringmaster. Please let me handle this.
Okay.
I have some notes from Claudia
For situations just like this. Alright, if you say so.
Sir, I I can see you care deeply about this town, and I understand your concerns. But I assure you that despite our appearances,
We at the Ritsuka Company are good, God-fearing people. Are we, though?
we may not be Puritans or
Quakers? Okay.
but we always perform with gratitude for all of God's blessings.
We pray every day, and as long as there's a church nearby, we make it a point to attend to Mass as well.
On our way here, we heard about a village in New England that no other performers will go near. A village where good people live pious lives. A place that truly lives up to its name, the city upon a hill.
As fellow Christians, we hope to learn from the people of Salem's example.
And if we can bring them some joy in return through the only trade we know, maybe we could ask for nothing more.
The city upon a hill, huh? I can see that you mean well. And given what happened in that little tussle earlier, I can also see that you want to blend into our town without causing trouble. Even if you are a bit on the unusual side.
Humph. I mean, it wouldn't be much of a performance troupe if they weren't a little bit silly.
That said, I don't want you leading us into temptation. People say that we Puritans hate plays, novels, and dancing, but that's giving us too much credit. It's not wrong, but it's not quite right either. We do our best to minimize those distractions in our lives precisely because we're drawn to them. Every child knows that plays are fun and exciting, and this tavern certainly sees its share of people coming in looking to relax and enjoy themselves. The people of this village purposefully go around turning blind eyes to each other's failings, as long as they only involve the glass of hard cider. We are all of us frail vessels, and so we do not invite further temptation to our lives. That is my concern about your troupe. Hard cider is pretty great stuff.
I understand that as performers we not be welcome. But does that mean we're not allowed to be here at all?
That is not my decision to make. But if you're willing to demonstrate what sort of play you mean to put on, that might go a long way towards changing the people of Salem's minds. If you insist on performing, I'd be willing to speak to the Reverend and other respected villagers on your behalf. Why not try putting on a small show just for them, and getting approval from the village that way?
I see. Senpai, I think this could be a good opportunity.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, better that than have the ire of the villagers.
If you refuse to do so and mean to play your trade without regard to the villagers' sense of piety, then I would prefer that you leave. The barkeep tells me you're guests of Professor Carter. All the more so in that case. If you don't want to be hauled out before the judge, you should go somewhere that's more welcoming to outsiders, like Rhode Island or Pennsylvania. This is Massachusetts. Ours may be a small village, but the eyes of God and His justice are upon us all. I don't want to see anyone hanged here.
Hanged? I mean, yeah.
About 4 years ago, I think, I saw a criminal hanged in Boston's town square. There was talk of witches and foul play. But perhaps you heard about it yourselves.
Uh-huh, witches you say. Now that's something we'd like to hear all about.
Finally, something relevant to the mission.
He's talking about the hanging of Anne Glover in 1688. Probably, he did say 4 years ago, right? Yeah, that'd line up.
If I may, Senpai, I think we should do as this man suggests. It's a good opportunity, and it would make our investigation considerably easier.
Sounds good, though I am worried about the others.
I can see you have concerns. I believe there was a play in the book Anderson gave us that should be perfect. that's alright with you, Senpai. Shall we go with that one?
Alright, let's do it. Let's do this dang thing.
Understood. Then I'll speak to this man and request his assistance. Now we should head back to our room and get ready to perform. Oh, and if you're wondering about Abby, I escorted her back to the town center. She was a little shaken up by the gunshots, but she regained her composure soon enough. At least I think she did.
I hope she did. Wouldn't do to have a scared child. Alright, that was an hour and 10 minutes almost for one node, although yeah, the first minute was spent. Yeah, but still. Oh, fighting node. Thankfully. Thank goodness. Surely that was the longest node of Salem, right? Surely things will get shorter from here, right? Surely. Oh, I should swap these out. Oh boy. Oh god, hiccups, no. Hiccups, please, no. I assume we're not fighting a servant, so use this. Bapa Booey. And that should be fine. Let me actually just take this one off entirely. Swap. Actually, how close is Sakata? Kinda close. Let me swap Ash in. Ash. Oh, it's on 4 stars only. That would explain it. There we go. Boom. Boom. I don't think there's anyone. No, there was someone closer, wasn't there? I'm pretty sure. I already got Nito's last night, yeah. Was it saved? No. I could have sworn someone was... Maybe not. Gorgon, maybe? Yeah, Gorgon's kind of close. Yeah, that'll do. I guess I should do this, huh? So she gets that big boost. And I'll swap her out with the Mystic Code. That's fine. Alright, turn this on. Sure, that won't be the default node length. Oh no. No, 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 no.
How long has it been since I last saw a play? What a waste of time. What a waste of perfectly good lamp oil. What nonsense is this? We worked so hard to build our town hall, and to fill it with such frivolity. I don't even see the Reverend here. Where is he? I'm told he had to attend to someone who fell ill, and he can't make it tonight. But this should be enough. Alright, Ringmaster Ritsuka, we're all here. Go ahead and start the show.
Got it. Let me just check on the actors. Y'all ready?
Okay, everyone, remember. Just like we planned. You should already be familiar with the play from looking it over at Calodia. We may not have been able to bring the actual script, but you should all have your lines from the notes I gave you. Matahari.
You'll play the Queen of Sheba. Yeah.
A strikingly flamboyant role, Sounds right up my alley. Robin, you'll play King Solomon.
Yeah.
And of course, Senpai. I'm sorry, Ringmaster.
We'll lead everyone through the production.
You'll have multiple roles, so you're gonna be busy.
You've been a huge help, Mash. Hopefully this paints Solomon in a good light. I would assume it does. But wouldn't want to offend the people here.
Thank you, Ringmaster. It's been a fun change of pace from my usual work. Of course, now we have to actually perform. I'll be helping out from the side of the stage. As the narrator and prompter. I did have important things to do back at the house, you know. This is part of our mission, Media.
That's right. We need to let these people get to know all of us, albeit carefully. That said, I'm only a bit player this time around.
Don't screw this up, Robin. Why antagonize? What, like, you and Mata just had a talk a few hours ago. Why are you antagonizing him?
I don't know why they picked me.
And I said I was fine being a tree. Yeah, I'm sure you were.
And why do I keep feeling like someone's staring at me?
The gaze of our audience. Act now, or not at all. Show off.
Stare.
Humph. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule for my guests, Your Honor. I'm not here as a drama critic. I will not judge the quality of the performance. It would hardly be fair of me to go around espousing Puritan values, after all. I'll merely be determining whether this production is suited for the good Christian people of Salem. A perfectly sensible choice. Can you tell me what the company will be performing today, Miss Mash?
Of course, Mr. Carter. Tonight we'll be performing a story from Scripture. Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Well, that sounds lovely. I can't wait. I'm afraid we don't have any velvet curtains, but please go ahead and get started.
At least the granny is excited. Oh, unique sprite.
Good evening, distinguished guests, and thank you for accepting our invitation. On behalf of the
Ritsuka Company, I would like to say that we cannot express our gratitude to you for taking your time to be here this evening.
Tonight we will be performing a story about the most enigmatic queen in the Bible. She was the queen of a prosperous southern nation, somewhere south of Arabia, or perhaps to the east of Africa. This queen was drawn to King Solomon, known far and wide for his peerless wisdom, and decided to journey across the desert to meet him. Tell me, do you know what a true desert is like? An endless sea of sand that stretches out past the horizon. A land of death where not a single drop of water can be found. To cross it, the queen ordered hundreds of thousands of camels accompanied by thousands of soldiers and attendants to form a single-line procession. Each camel was laden with incredible treasures, gold, jewels, and precious frankincense. Our story begins with the queen perched on a camel, surveying her procession.
So what is Mata on top of? Surely we have someone standing in for the camel, right? Is it Sanson? Is Sanson the camel?
How depressing. I don't mind traveling by camel. But what will I do if I travel all the way to Jerusalem? and still cannot meet with King Solomon.
Why does this weigh on you so, your majesty? You have thought of nothing else for these entire 2 months of travel. We are 2 days away from the Red Sea Harbor, and Jerusalem is still farther. Besides, see for yourself what mountains of treasure you bring. 120 talents of gold, more than even 20 camels can carry. Sapphires, amber, opals, garnets, and other precious jewels. The finest frankincense our nation has. Never before has such a vast array of treasure been brought on such a journey across the desert. More even than that, your majesty's beauty is renowned far and wide. King or not, there is no man alive who'd refuse you.
Is that so? I'm not so sure about that. These treasures are merely tokens of my good intentions, to show the people that I'm trustworthy. The true cargo I bear lies within my heart. For this man was born to be king, and has been blessed by God himself.
I know you're probably joking with the WoW spoilers, but I already knew. I already knew. I already knew.
For this man was born to be king, and has been blessed by God himself.
What's his face from Camelot, or I guess Jerusalem. Okay, interesting.
I'm afraid I do not understand. This man may be a great king, but he is still just a man.
I wasn't expecting him to put a lens over it.
If you flatter him, he'll grow conceited. If you appeal to his greed, riches will blind him. If he is truly born to be a king, is there not all the more reason for him to rest on the laurels of his lineage? It is true that Israel is much more peaceful and far easier to trade with now than it was under its previous king. But I still have my doubts about his wisdom.
Keep such thoughts to yourself, not the harbors in sight. One never knows where the ears of the king might be lurking.
As you wish. What's this?
Caravan leader.
Something is amiss at the head of the procession.
I'm guessing Neza's playing the soldier? That would make sense.
It appears to be an ambush by bandits. They never learn, do they? We should be nearing an oasis. Thieves often congregate in such areas, so I expected some issues as we drew near. Some poor fools cannot resist the temptation our caravan offers, and the possibility of its riches.
Do the thousands of soldiers not deter them at all? Like... Yeah, sure, the bandits, a pack of maybe like 30 or 40, and then there's 1,000 soldiers. Like, you know?
If you expected as much, then I trust you've also prepared for such attacks. Is there anything I can do to help drive them off?
Surely you jest, your majesty. Rest assured that all is taken care of. We have plenty of capable fighters at our command. These fighters don't work merely for money. They are warriors of honor, faithful to queen and country. I will send them out alongside our own soldiers post-haste.
My, but aren't we pompous all of a sudden? But very well then. I leave you and your fighters to your task.
They even managed to squeeze a filler battle into the play, right? Like, damn. But I guess I didn't want to have 3 nodes in a row of just talking. Like, 2 nodes, sure. 3, yeah, it's too much. And still, You know what? Sure.
もちろん
Just roadless Camelot them.
そういいでしょう私の足元で許しを乞いなさい落ちよロードレスキャメロット
A bit overkill, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean. Alright.
あまり悩ませないように手に入らないように小競り合いは
Just
ここまでですこの辺りがいいですね
you know, do a little
簡単に終わらないように
a little buffing, you know, just a little bit.
そして固く早く確実に楽園の妖精の名のもとに
These poor
輝ける
fools.
未来を示しましょう約束された勝利の剣あまたの希望は今一つに
Alright, well, it killed the little guys. And it's actually my...
バーバルシー
Okay, yeah, it's,
決めます瞬きのうちに鮮やかに結末は華やかに
there you go.
何を喜んでいるのです私が出たのです
Next to Morgan's, what is
勝利
that?
は約束されてい
I
たはず
don't
です
know. I guess it's sort of a halberd, kind of. It's just a really weirdly proportioned one. And for some reason, the axe sides have points to them too. I don't know. Technically, lance which turns into a sword too. Yeah, it's magic. Magic. Oh, not another fight. Really? All right then. Mama. Just keep using Morgan. Alright, well, we can take Elizabeth out because she got her. I guess Cersei? Yeah, I guess Cersei. I could try and power level. Now let's just put Cersei in. And yeah, I guess that's it. Alright. Finished off the MP5 Morgan. I still haven't gotten one Gina yet.
Thanks to the capable bodyguards, the Queen's procession easily fended off their attackers. Soon after resuming their journey to Jerusalem, the procession arrived at the Red Sea harbor. The harbor was packed with throngs of camels, and there was a lively din sounding left and right from merchants awaiting ships and cargo. The Queen's caravan rented hundreds of ships, then set sail for the north of the Red Sea. In time, a massive fleet upon the northern edge of the Gulf of Aqaba, at a seaport called Ezion-Geber, built by King Solomon himself. The people of Israel were surely taken aback by the appearance of this mysterious queen and the untold wealth she brought with her. This magnificent scene of the queen meeting King Solomon has been depicted in countless numbers of painted masterpieces. The queen's procession headed northward over land, their eyes taking in the pastures of the foreign country that surround them. Then at last, they arrived at a point where they could just barely make out Jerusalem's glittering white ramparts. And yet, something seemed amiss.
I don't know this story, so I don't know what it is.
No, this is ridiculous. I can't take it anymore.
You seem upset, my retainer.
Yes, Your Majesty, I am. We've been stuck in this village within the ravine for an entire week. If we don't get moving soon, the soldiers and camel tamers will start to get homesick.
What say the messengers we sent ahead to Jerusalem?
I've sent them countless times, Your Majesty. I even went to try and negotiate our entry myself. It's just the guards keep inventing reasons to turn us away at the gate. They're hopeless. Even showing them a list of all the gifts we bring for King Solomon has done little more than warrant a smirk.
I see. Then perhaps it's time I met with them myself. Tell the caravan to loosen their loads and make themselves at ease.
Your Majesty?
I guess they're wanting to see the queen humble herself? I don't know.
Your Majesty, please. You mustn't go off on your own. There's a flock of sheep coming this way. I'll have the guards chase them off.
Oh, wait. No, maybe I do know the story a little bit, kind of. Doesn't she pretend to be a sheep herder? Is she where the Little Bo Peep like story came from? Or is it something else?
I'll have the guards chase them off. No need for that. This is not our kingdom. So we shall be the ones to make way.
Or maybe not. Maybe I'm mixing them up.
My, these sheep are nice and plump, and their wool is soft and well kept. This is indeed a rich land.
I know they're just using his model, but yeah.
Well now, it isn't every day one comes across such an esteemed noble. Good day to you.
Stay back. Who are you?
As you can see, I'm merely a passing shepherd. A harmless, friendly young man who enjoys nothing more than singing and dancing. Are shepherds so rare where you come from? No, they are not. I do beg your pardon. You must be the travelers that have been staying here in this ravine. This place is ill-suited to making camp. Have you run into some manner of trouble in your journey? You're quite perceptive, young shepherd. As luck would have it. I see. That is certainly odd. Jerusalem is supposed to be a city of compassion. A place that will open its gates to anyone. How terribly embarrassing that it's seen fit to reject guests who've traveled from so far away. Can you tell us what Jerusalem is like, young shepherd? What do you think of the great king's city?
Well now, I can hardly refuse to answer a question from such a beautiful lady, can I? But he is being rather nice.
Your Majesty, surely there are far better ways to pass the time than in the
Company of this ill-mannered youth. I think the rain started. I can smell it.
What's wrong with it? I'm having a perfectly lovely time. Aha! Unfortunately, I haven't been to the city myself in quite a while, but I do hear rumors from time to time. Jerusalem is a city like no other. It is truly the center of the world. Its ramparts stand tall against any threat, and its palace is the height of luxury. I believe its most beautiful feature is the temple its previous king wished to build really, really badly. They say it's a truly impressive sight. I implore you to pay it a visit yourself after you arrive, my lady. I think I shall do just that. What about the people who live there? I Have they no complaints at all?
Good question. I suppose I must simply say that it seems the king is doing a superb job. Each and every one of his people speaks of him with reverence, with a language as lyrical as poetry. They say that he is a fair and just judge, possessed of true wisdom, that he was born to be the perfect king.
True wisdom.
But ripe fruit inevitably draws pests. The fruit itself may not be to blame, but alas, there's nothing one can do but the laws of nature. Thus do security and abundance inevitably lead to avarice and arrogance.
I knew it. Your Majesty?
Wait. Does this mean the gatekeepers expect us to bribe them?
I would expect that, no matter how good the king is, I doubt it. Well, actually, he can see past and future. Does he have Merlin's ability to see everything of the present, or no? But you'd think he would be able to see the future of his guards bribing, or wanting bribes. And he'd put a stop to... okay. I guess you can't be too willy-nilly with how he uses his future sight.
Even after our messengers have long since paid our toll?
Well, I'm afraid there isn't much a lowly shepherd like me can do about that. The best I can do is join you in conversation here in the shade for a fleeting moment. Oh, unless you'd also like me to play my harp. No, that will do. Thank you, my good shepherd. By the way, I noticed a number of your sheep have injured their legs. Could I buy them off of you? So that I may treat my subjects to them?
Okay, that's fair. Making it so he doesn't have to worry about the injured sheep and spend money having them treated or them just getting infected. And her people get food. So a wise decision.
Well, that would be a great help. I cannot think of a more advantageous trade for us both. Oh, right. I just remembered something else that you may find of interest. It is perhaps a bit spooky, but...
But?
Hidden gates, you say? That's right, gates. Jerusalem's a big place, with many people coming and going. As such, the ramparts contain a number of side gates. A holy gate reserved for God, a gate for chariots, a gate for merchants, a gate for slaves, even a gate for shepherds. And while I don't know whether it really exists or not, I've also heard there's a forbidden gate for a rock, for spirits. They say it is dark even during the day, and that the dead themselves make use of it. It is always closed and barred. Not even the guards can near it.
Why the random blush? Okay. That's weird.
Thus did the Queen of Sheba learn of the hidden gate into Jerusalem from a mysterious young shepherd. The Queen next stole away to Jerusalem in the middle of the night, taking only a select few of her servants. She decided that if the front gates would not be opened to her, then she would simply sneak in the back. None of this is written in Holy Scripture, but please do not call it heresy. No matter how a company may use their imagination to help bring the story to life, it would do nothing to diminish King Solomon's greatness, or the Queen of Sheba's beauty.
Those walls look familiar.
If the gods would refuse us passage, then we shall make our own passage into the city.
As if crossing the great desert wasn't brazen enough. I never imagined you to be so reckless a queen.
Spirits, yeah.
These must be some of the city's gods. So this is another trial we must face. If our actions go against the will of God, then this is where our journey will come to an end.
Please stand back, Your Majesty. The soldiers will handle this.
Oh, speaking of, sorry for rescheduling this because this stream was gonna be on Monday, but Sunday night I went to sleep at 1 a.m. or else I guess Monday morning, whatever. And I ended up waking up feeling like dog doo-doo. So I was like, I'm just gonna reschedule. And I was gonna take Tuesday, Wednesday off anyway, so it turned into 3 days off. Because I figured at that point, might as well. And unfortunately, I'll have to take tomorrow off as well. But for a good reason. So you know how I said the fiber got installed, but because of how they have to bring it in, it could only go to the house. They couldn't do the second line. I finally... Well, my family finally was able to get in touch with another company, and they're gonna bring in, not fiber, sadly, but replacement broadband for the broadband from the company we're currently using, who's gonna sometime in the next couple months like completely do away with their broadband. So yeah, so tomorrow, new internet, and it should, even though it's not fiber, it should still be faster. It's apparently 100 down, 50 up, so it should be significantly better than what I have currently, but we'll see. The one thing I'm scared about is this particular company. The reviews are really hit and miss. Some people say they're great and have little issues. Some people say they're down every other week. So, I don't know. But a neighbor just down the road who uses them is in the group of they have no problems really ever. So hopefully that's the case here. But if it's, yeah, I imagine it should be fine. Hopefully. Ow. That hurt. I kind of wanna grail Cersei a little bit. I don't know. I like her attack animations. I'm considering it. There's other people I want to grail first though, so it's like I say that, but like I want to do this other person first, and it's, yeah. Alright, this should do pretty good. Actually, it's funny. The broadband from this other company will actually be the same exact speeds as the fiber over at the house. Again, the only downside is it's you know, satellite broadband versus fiber, so it's, you know, still not as like stable, I guess. So I'm finding the biblical account of this event, so it's the Queen Sheba already meeting, so okay. I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
楽し小競り合いはここまでです。この辺りがいいですね。手に入らないの。
Let's just
理解した。大魔女だぞ。
Alright.
手の指だけでは足りませんね。早く。
I haven't seen the piglet noble phantasm in quite a while.
集い師は清廉なりし無双の騎士。胸躍る幻想を鳥は綴らん。メモリー・オブ・ロンリニウム。待たせたね、私の愛しいピグレットたち。さあ、暴れのみ鈍色せよ、メタモピグレット。
Oh, yeah, I really gotta grail her. I love her attacks so much. Hmm.
よく言いました。任せろ。固く着実に死になさい。勝利の代償にあなたの涙が
Oh man. Only QP. That's fine.
And so, the Queen of Sheba's procession fought off the guardian spirits.
And successfully made their way into Jerusalem, did they?
Soon the king learned that a foreign queen had entered the holy city, and the front gates were finally opened. Thus did the parade of camels and ostentatiously dressed
Attendants make their way through Jerusalem.
The people of Jerusalem were accustomed to luxury. The riches that the queen presented to the king
Must surely have made even their eyes pop. Hopefully not literally.
The lavish spices they brought with them also proved to be incredibly popular, and soon the holy city was filled with their scents. Shortly thereafter, the queen was officially invited to the palace, and at long last granted an audience with King Solomon himself.
How good of you to come, Queen of Sheba. On behalf of my subjects, I welcome you. I extend my hospitality to you and your people. Please, stay in my palace. Rest from your journey.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, good King Solomon. Now this moment has come. The fatigue from my journey has all but vanished.
I know who you are. This may be our first time meeting face to face, but I have had opportunities to learn about you. Without fail, the finest jewels and spices brought to Jerusalem come from the southern kingdoms. I have spoken to merchants and travelers about them, interested to know more. They told me of a queen from a desert kingdom in the south, with a sure eye and a nose for trade. Until last night, my image of that queen was hazy and blurred like a mirage. But now I see clearly that clearly that she is a beautiful desert flower beyond compare.
You're too kind, King Solomon. If anything, I'm the one in awe of
How your grand figure far exceeds the picture I held in my mind.
I apologize for the treatment you endured on your journey here, Queen of Sheba. I shall find out how it came to pass, and see justice served, should it be necessary. If it please you, I shall give you a tour of the palace myself. Will that serve as an apology?
a tour from King Solomon himself. I can think of no greater pleasure.
Of course. The pleasure will be mine, I assure you.
Solomon, you horn dog. There you go.
The two rulers proceeded to walk around Jerusalem's palace, chatting happily all the while. Every one of the dances performed, the harp songs played, and the dishes served was truly exquisite. But the place that the Queen of Sheba was most impressed with was indeed the very building the Good Shepherd had told her about. The magnificent Temple of Jerusalem stood even taller than the king's own palace. Atop its great altar, burnt offerings were made to God. There, sacrificial animals and other splendid offerings were consumed by sacred fire. Once these offerings were chosen to become God's food, the frankincense, which would later be chosen as one of the 3 wise men's gifts, were burned like firewood. While bearing witness to these amazing spectacles, the Queen casually posed King Solomon a series of questions. Indeed, these very questions were the Queen's purpose in venturing to Jerusalem. A question begun in the hope of appraising the King's wisdom, distinguishing his worth, and gaining a true answer to questions she had long pondered. Some scholars say the Queen had only 2 questions, while others claim she had as many as 19. Whatever their number.
I felt something on my neck, but... Okay. Oh, that's weird. Might have been like a random fly that got in and like landed there briefly.
Whatever their number, King Solomon answered each in turn, and the Queen marveled at his wisdom. And in that moment, she decided to entrust King Solomon with the 3 most precious riddles she carried deep in her heart. Solomon, in turn, honored his noble guest by having his many retainers line up along both sides of his throne. So began a battle of wits to test the merits of both rulers. There could be no room for failure. As silence hung in the throne room, the audience watched with bated breath. Great King Solomon, leader of the people of Israel, and a bearer of boundless wisdom, I humbly request that you answer these questions and share your wisdom with your guests.
Very well. Speak your questions.
There is a room with 10 doors, which, when 1 door is open, 9 are closed. When 9 doors are open, 1 door is closed.
The answer is a person. The room is the womb, and the 10 doors are the eyes, ears, nose, mouth, navel, and excretory holes.
Okay. Right?
When a person is a fetus, the door of the navel is open. Once they are born, that door is closed forever.
Makes sense.
Oh, King, you are wise indeed.
Speak your next question.
Very well then, O King. Let me ask you this. These words weigh more than gold or even life itself, and require 4 people to carry them. And yet their master has never once seen them.
The answer is the Ark of the Covenant.
No, that makes sense.
The very chest I inherited from my predecessor. It contains the 10 Commandments, the proof of our covenant with God. It is kept in the innermost chamber of my temple, a most holy room that is constantly filled with incense.
Oh, King, you are truly a man of wisdom.
I mean, if he didn't get that one, you know, yeah.
Speak your next question.
Very well then, O King. This is my final question. This ocean is calm. A ship sails forward against the wind. The ship's pilot plots a course towards dark clouds. The ship is in no way prepared to weather a storm.
Great wind god Aeolus, I don't know if you know this.
Let's see. The answer is,
Robin! Robin, why? We are so getting kicked out.
commotion? The ship pilot? What's that all about?
God damn it, Robin.
Hold on just a moment. I can answer this.
Mata's like, bruh.
Oh yes, great king. Please tell me your answer. What's the matter, Solomon?
Hurry up and answer a third question.
I'm trying. My script only had 2 riddles.
Huh? That can't be right. Wait, I don't see it in mine either. What's going on?
I could have sworn Anderson's manuscript had all 3. Mata?
Yeah.
What's this?
Don't tell me the great King Solomon can't even answer a simple riddle. Oh my god.
Well, what say you, your majesty?
I'm following my script to the letter, okay? I didn't have any response lines in mine either.
Damn it, Matahari. I can tell you're enjoying this. Yeah, I've got your answer right here.
The village people are like, what the fuck is this?
Why wouldn't I know it?
Solomon knows everything.
Please stay in character.
Shh, bruh. Please, why? Why?
The riddle was so easy.
It's not worthy of an answer. Bruh.
What's you, my trusted advisor?
Would you like to answer this one in my stead?
You may even just offer a hint if you like.
Hang on. I want to see if I'm... Celestians calm, my ship sails forward against the wind. The ship's pilot plots a course toward dark clouds. The ship is in no way prepared to weather a storm. Ship's pilot plots a course toward dark clouds. Literally all that's coming to mind is asking a god for help. or or God. Wait a minute. Or the big G, capital G. Wait, me?
Come on, Ringmaster, help me out here.
Senpai.
I don't see how how either of these would. Okay, maybe it's the difference between you two rulers.
Rulers, huh?
What say you?
Okay, I like how it just goes back into it like nothing happened.
A fascinating riddle. It cuts to the very core of our two perspectives. If I answer incorrectly, then Israel will lose a precious friend indeed.
The answer is a nation? Oh, no, that, you know, that doesn't make sense. The ship pilot is the ruler. The ocean's the king. Okay. And the ship itself is... It's something like that. So something like that.
Answer is the nation. When a capable sailor takes the helm, the wind may carry him faster than ever. Much as the sea might appear the same everywhere, it is far from a single thing. It is made of numberless droplets altogether. Even when it appears calm, its surface hides unforeseeable waves and maelstroms. It is like the grains of sand that make up a desert, like quicksand lying in wait for its prey.
Very well then, O King. Where lies the ship's destination?
The ship stops for nothing. But it is not a ship that runs from danger, nor one that drifts upon the waves. It is but driftwood that will sink in the fullness of time. The pilot knows that an unavoidable storm is coming, and sounds the alarm. Only a ship that endures tribulation will see the glorious light of day that awaits in the new world.
O King, you are indeed a wise leader worthy of this nation.
Queen of Sheba, I pray that the Lord our God sees fit to bless you with his protection. You are no mere guest that is destined to while away her time before my throne. Though your kingdom may be but a mirage that lies to the distant south, I hereby vow that our two nations shall be allies, and you my friend.
You are too kind, O King, but I am most heartened that my journey here has proven fruitful. Should you ever be in need of aid in an even greater endeavor, I shall return from beyond the desert and assist you to the best of my ability.
Hopefully, even with the little mess up there in the middle, the villagers will be happy with us. Happy enough.
Thus did King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba's battle of wits come to an end. With more awe and respect for Solomon than ever before, the Queen set off to return to her home of Sheba. Solomon, in turn, was happy to give the Queen exactly the gift she wished for. As for what became of the prosperous desert kingdom, of the bond between King Solomon and its queen, no biblical scholar can say. All we can do now is imagine the fate of the legendary queen for ourselves.
I hope you're right about that, Mash. Otherwise, might get in trouble here.
Thank you all for watching. This concludes the Ritsuka Company's special performance of Solomon and the Queen of Sheba.
Good thing we got a practice run in. Otherwise, that, assuming they even allow us to do the main one. Hopefully they do. I assume they will, right? Probably.
Final node.
It'll be fine. I mean, they clapped.
So this is the Puritan colony of Salem. Just a moment, sir. Yeah, fine man, dock. You're the only cargo we're unloading here, sir. Certainly fine by me, though, since you already paid for passage. Pretty rough storm we had to sail through to get here, though. You doing alright? I'm on land now. My work is on land where man lives and works.
Yeah?
There is no land inhabited by man, here or anywhere, that is free of sin. Not even Eden itself.
Okay.
Professor Carter, the people from the village would like to see you. They seem pretty upset. There's a good number of them, too. I see. Very well, I'll go and meet them. Pardon me for a moment, Miss Ritsuka. Asking to see you too, Your Honor.
Are they trying to put Tituba on trial?
What's this all about? You have a lot to answer for, Mr. Carter.
Whoa, what do you mean?
Uncle, Tituba is...
Abigail. You're here too, Tituba?
Mr. Carter.
Did these people bring you here? Again, what's this all about? May I remind you that Tituba is my servant. I'll thank you to mind how you treat her. Fine. Then listen to me, Mr. Carter. My daughter's been lying face down in bed, ill, all day. I know when you stopped by this morning I told you she was just tired out from last night's excitement. I thought she'd be fine when she got some sleep, but I was wrong. She kept groaning and writhing, as if she was fighting off a terrible fever. I tried to give her some bread and water to help her calm down, but she refused. I was at a loss what to do next, so I asked the Reverend to come take a look at her. But once he arrived, she seemed to be suffering more than ever. How so exactly? Well, Reverend?
The same dude?
Yes, it seemed to me as if she was possessed by the devil herself. She cried out with a shrill, inhuman voice, and tried to strangle me with such strength as no child should ever have. We held her down as best we could, until she finally passed out and went limp. We then went to change her sheets.
And found the strange and devilish charm within the straw. According to Putnam's daughter, it was Tituba who made it.
Oh my.
What an evil-looking wooden figure. I'll take that as evidence. Is this true, Tituba? Did you make that?
Mr. Carter. It's, well... You got it all wrong. This isn't Tituba's fault. Anne took it without asking. We could hear the commotion all the way inside. What's going on?
Looks like most of the village is here. Is that Tituba they're interrogating in the middle of the crowd? I always knew there was something strange about you.
Oh, this is dreadful. I don't suppose. Were you the one who had those Indians kill the...
That's just, insane accusation.
Stop that. The Williams girl is right there. You're a witch. And that's a tool used in...
Fucking this dude. I knew it was gonna be trouble.
That's a tool used in blasphemous curses. I suspect this woman is guilty of heresy. Huh? Who are you? Matthew Hopkins. I just arrived here on a boat from Boston. As of tonight, I've been appointed Salem's head judge by order of the governor. Who do you think you are, Bargene Hero? Huh? What's this? Oh my. This really is an official notice of appointment. And that of a superior judge, no less. I apologize for my rudeness. Pay no mind. These are extraordinary circumstances. People of Salem, I first ask that you calm yourselves and regain your composure. The devil's power is at its height in the hours after dark. We must not let our fears guide our decisions. I hereby order the slave be taken into custody and interrogated. I will hear what she has to say in the morning.
But if we do something, we're gonna get implicated.
Don't do it, Ritsuka. I mean, Master. Please, just stay out of it. You can't interfere here. You need to remain a bystander right now, or you'll get swept up in this as well.
Medea? What do you mean?
Can't you tell? It's begun.
I'm glad to see you are willing to cooperate. Mr. Carter, as her owner, I'd like you to accompany her to the town's holding cells. Alright, I'll accompany you.
Mr. Carter!
Miss Mash, Miss Ritsuka, I'm sorry to trouble you, but could I ask you to take Abigail home for me? I know I can trust you and your troop. You'll prove that in your play.
Abby. This is awful. Poor Tituba.
Hopefully we stop it before, things go the hanging route. Oh, that was shorter than I thought it'd be. Alright. I'm not gonna stop here, but I am getting a bit hungry, so I'm gonna eat my emergency banana. So we'll just talk for a minute while I eat. I'm gonna take my face cam off though. I don't want to chew on camera. So I said we're gonna talk, but I just realized I have nothing to talk about. Pretty much everything is pretty straightforward and as is. Awkward. Oh no. I actually don't know what to talk about. I said it earlier, but I've still had no luck getting one Gina. I'm not gonna do single pulls anymore. I'm gonna save these up for a 10 pull, hopefully. But
先輩は敬老
Oh,
の
I
日が日本固有
did.
のものでない
I
と
did
ご
get all
存知でし
the
たか？
crystallized lures from the
ア
event
メリカを
shop,
はじめとして
not
各国にも
the
祖父
the
母の日と
challenge
いうもの
quest
があるそうで
crystallized
す。
lure yet, sadly. But I'm
どの
working
国も
now that I have the crystal
年を
the
重ね
shop
た方を
lore
敬う
crystallized
気持ちを
lures.
大切にしているので
I'm
す
working
ね。
on mash. I'm sorry, but you need to stop. I'm working on building back more materials so I can get the rest of the craft essence that makes it so you do more damage during the event, and then once I have those, it should be easier for me to challenge that. Should be able to grind those up pretty easily. But yeah, well. I'm still way behind. Yeah, I had the advantage of skipping everything. Again, because there's supposedly some spoilers for stuff past. Yeah, so I was like, I know I said before I was thinking about doing it, but I was like, yeah, you know what? I'd rather just not. Hopefully soon I shall be able to do some of these events. I probably won't be able to do the black and white grail front because I'll be honest, after Salem, I'm probably gonna take a little bit of a break from FGO, catch up on like Extella. I want to start the second Nonary Games game. So I probably won't be able to finish part 1 of Lost Belt before that event's come and gone. So I probably won't do the story for that either. Those are the Christmas main interlude. Yeah, I'll probably do that too before the break of FGO, but yeah, I won't have time to do Lost Belt 1 before Black and White Grail Front comes and goes, sadly. And like, no, it's locked behind it. It's not even that it has spoilers for LB1. It's locked behind LB1. So yeah, I couldn't do it no matter what. I couldn't even do the, yeah, okay. So, unfortunate, but it is what it is. I just been feeling a little bit burnt out on FGO. Like, it's kept my attention longer than I thought it would, because, you know, the story changes every interlude, or not interlude, singularity, or changes a little bit. Overarching story is the same, but you know what I mean. But it the fatigue of the same games caught up to me a little bit, so just need to probably take like 2 weeks, get some Extella done, get some, you know, start Nonary Games 2. Yeah. Moonlight / Lost Room OVA would be between the Christmas event and the Act 2 prologue. Oh, OVA, so there's a... Oh, so... Oh, wait. Okay. I have to look into that. I think you mentioned it before, but I don't think I realized it was an OVA. I thought it was like a manga thing. I don't know why. But yeah, the banana. I'm almost done with the banana. We can go ahead and start. Okay. I don't know how much of this we're gonna do. I'll be honest. We might do like 2 nodes of this. We'll start it, but it might only be like 2 nodes that we do. Went from a knot to first knot. Yeah, there's still a tiny bit of the banana left. I'll put the camera back on once I'm finished with it. The next day, Salem, day 2.
I see. So Master went to the village in order to accompany Mr. Carter?
That's right. Robin went along too to keep them safe. She said she's hoping they can determine whether that figure really is cursed or not, as part of our investigation. It looks like we'll just have to rely on Senpai for this. True. We need to be especially careful right now. How's Abigail doing? Abby hasn't left her room since last night.
Alright. Banana's done.
I tried bringing her something to eat, but she wouldn't even touch it. Nessa went climbing up to the roof earlier. But I have no idea what she's got in mind. You know, ever since we got here,
Nessa's been acting like a cat on its last nerve.
Maybe she likes kids more than she lets on. Anyway, it's hard seeing Abby so down in the dumps. Servant or not, Tituba clearly means a lot to her. Seeing Tituba thrown in jail must have shocked poor Abby. She's very different from the other children here, isn't she?
Kinda.
There can't be many children as sensitive as her in this time period. It's especially unusual that she would be so close to a slave.
I'm not so sure about that. It is simply in her nature to be kind. Anyone can be compassionate like she is. It's just a matter of actually wanting to.
I agree with Sanson. Prejudice only takes root in certain environments. Abby lives a relatively wealthy life, at least by the standards of this colony. And she seems to have a very good education as well, thanks to Mr. Carter. And somehow, even after the loss she suffered, she's held on to her natural cheerfulness. I think that might be her greatest strength, but she still couldn't have done it alone. It's only because Tituba, someone else who knew her parents well, was there beside her. It must have been a big help to have a close family friend around to talk to with her parents gone. That's why she's taking this so hard. She's afraid she's about to lose someone else she loves. Again. You know, when I put it that way,
It kind of sounds like someone else we know, doesn't it?
About that. When we went to look for Abby after she ran away yesterday, I found out that...
And both Neza and Robin aren't... Oh, I thought I thought she was gonna talk about the Lavinia thing. Oh, never mind.
An extreme fear of Native Americans, huh?
Yes, but it wasn't just fear, it was... I'm not sure how to put this. Loathing? Or maybe a strong fixation? Whatever it was definitely unusual. So that's also why you felt there was something different about her then? What did Master have to say about that? Media? Where were you this morning?
Answer the question, Mash.
Well, yesterday I was still processing it myself, and along with everything else that happened last night, I never got a good chance to tell her.
I see. That may actually be for the best.
What do you mean by that, Media?
It's not Geronimo who is somehow disguised, is it? No, there's no way.
I've turned the house into a
Magical workshop. I just finished the rite a moment ago. Are you crazy?
Are you sure that was a good idea?
That seems like the kind of thing we really should have asked Mr. Carter about.
Oh, don't be such a wet blanket. I had to do it if we were ever going to if we were ever going to contact Chaldea.
Regardless, that was awfully bold, especially given the circumstances. People might have seen you.
Were you in your spirit form? Yes. What's more, you should all be able to use your spirit forms now too. At least within the house and its grounds.
Oh, well, that's good. That's handy.
So it would seem. I guess we have your right to thank for this. But what exactly is going on?
Now we can change into our spirit forms too, you said?
That makes it sound like you already could. Ooh.
Well, of course, Steve.
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm Media. Hecate herself. Right, sure. There's no point in just speculating about what might be happening here. What we need is proof.
Proof that there's something strange with this whole village. Magically and historically.
Proof that this whole land, that Salem itself, is the real heretical version of history.
As such, in order to observe it properly, I needed a workshop that I could withdraw to.
Somewhere isolated from any outside influence, right?
I see. Then I trust you'll fill us in on the details once Master returns. Along with why you're the only one who avoided being pseudo-incarnated.
Because she doesn't have a contract with Chaldea? Or should I say he? Holmes? Because Holmes was still a rogue spirit, right? A rogue servant? He didn't make a contract, did he? He just popped up in Chaldea and was like, hey, I'm gonna hang out here. Maybe they did make a contract, I don't know.
My, so direct and forceful, aren't you? D? Heretical history. Then does that mean this land, Salem as it is now, is actually a separate dimension created with magecraft rather than its actual past self having been brought here unintentionally? I think so. I still can't read the rules on some of these destiny currents. But I'm trying to identify the root of their unusual phenomena cycles. If it was magecraft, then someone here should have a soul that can never be fulfilled, and a will to bring about the curse that caused this.
And that should lead us to the Demon God Pillar, yes?
I believe so. You see, I don't think I've ever seen you work so hard on anything before, Media. Me neither. But it's very encouraging and a nice change of pace. Huh? What do you mean by... well, we can deal with that stuff later. We already told Master and Mash about this, but Sanson and I discovered something unusual too. Yesterday we met a girl called Lavinia Whatley. She's the little albino child we ran into in the forest on our first night here. But more importantly, she comes from a family of mages. Wait, what?
The Whatley house is far from the village, and its basement appears to contain a magical workshop. It has been concealed, but very roughly. We found discarded alchemy equipment strewn about nearby. We also found animal remains buried in their yard that seem to have been used for dark magic rituals.
What did this underground workshop look like? Does this mean that girl's family are practicing mages?
Well, I'm afraid we still don't know for sure. Neither Matahari nor I could have gone inside without leaving a trace.
That sort of thing is more up Robin's alley.
There's nothing more we could do. Without Master's permission, we couldn't risk getting any closer. Even if we could have used our spirit forms, we couldn't know we wouldn't be walking into a trap.
And that's okay. Just knowing that there's a magical workshop there is more than enough. Ahem. We still need to be careful how we handle this, though. If the people of Salem find out that the Wetleys are mages, there's no telling what they might do.
Yeah, lynching? You know? Oh, Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Mash, I believe you also said that Lavinia and Abby are good friends?
Yes, that's what Abby told me. However, it also seems that the people here strongly dislike the Wetleys. And I don't know how much Abby knows about that, if anything.
Mages, huh? That could be even worse than the clergy.
Also, may I say something? I'm not sure if this is because of the rite you completed here, Media, but...
Oh, did you remember something already? Go on, tell us.
Yes, I did. Something very important, actually. That new judge who showed up out of nowhere last night. Matthew Hopkins. I know him. Or rather, I know of him. He is, like me, one of the most famous executioners in history.
He is? Then he's not really a judge?
Oh, he's a judge.
I couldn't make heads or tails of that man. Who is he?
He's...
Wait, stop.
Good morning, Abigail.
Morning, everyone. What were you all whispering about?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. It's just silly stuff.
Neza told me about how Uncle is out with Miss Ringmaster right now. She went to see how Tatuba's doing, right? That's right. So please don't worry, Abby. I'm sure that Senpai and Mr. Carter will clear Tatuba's name. Will clear Tatuba's name. Yeah, I guess you're right. Plus, Neza's here too. Neza, what about her? The young girl refused porridge. I added spice. She ate. What she's trying to say
is that we talked about all sorts of things while I had my porridge. Uh-huh. Right. And she told me that if I found any bad guys, she would beat them to a pulp. That she'd make them completely evaporate before even a drop of their blood has a chance to hit the ground. Okay.
It sounded truly frightening, but
I also kind of want to see it now. That's, not something a 12-year-old should be saying, but, okay.
Of course, Thwip.
I would be delighted, Kathwap. That sort of violent performance really isn't what we're going for with this troupe.
Maybe I should pray to God and ask forgiveness.
At any rate, we have a lot we need to discuss with Master as soon as she gets back.
You mean about your plays?
Yeah, about the plays, yeah. That's it.
Yes, of course.
Specifically, we need to discuss the tragedy and comedy taking place right here on Salem's own stage. Is that really something you should be saying right now?
Huh?
Is that really an appropriate comment to make right now?
Welcome back, Senpai. Mr. Carter went out again, and he took Abby with him. He said he was going to the church to speak with the Reverend. It sounds like they're all concerned about what's going on with the other children. So right now, we're the only ones here.
Alright. Then let's talk. Let's dance.
How did your investigation go? You said you met with Judge Hopkins?
It was awful. Would you mind telling them, Robin?
No problem. You must be seriously worn out after dealing with that old fart.
That bad? Well, why don't you have a seat in that comfy chair and try to relax, Senpai? We learned a few things too while you were out, so I'd like to make sure we're all equally caught up.
You've really come into your own as a prompter.
Yeah, you think so? I mean, now's not the time. Please don't forget that you have important responsibilities as a master of Chaldia, Senpai.
Sorry.
Okay, to start, let's go over what happened with Matthew Hopkins. The judge that suddenly showed up last night.
Man, I don't know what that Hopkins guy's deal is. First of all, Master, Carter, and me.
Uh-huh.
Went to the town's holding cell to talk to Tituba. But all the guard would tell us is that she wasn't allowed any visitors. Orders from the top and all.
So you weren't permitted to see her at all then?
Nope. Turns out that in this case, holding cell is just a fancy way of saying underground prison.
Oh. That's not pleasant.
I snuck a quick peek inside the cell, and it was a real hellhole.
There were rats and cockroaches everywhere. Water leaking from the walls. The whole place smelled like something had died. And never mind sunlight, the only light in the whole jail was a few dim torches in the hall.
Any more than a day in that dump and you'd lose your goddamn mind.
What about the tuba then? Did you see her at all?
Tuba's... well, she's still alive, I guess. She was curled up in a ball and freaking out something fierce.
Poor Tuba. Coward. Rescue. Simplicity itself. Why did you not?
'Cause I'm a coward, obviously. Especially here in Salem. Stop it, Neza. Remember, Master and Robin went to clear her name, not to break her out. If we were to overstep our bounds like that, we would end up only furthering suspicion against her.
I see. Yes, you are right. Apologies, Robin. Thoughtless of me. That.
Sure, no problem. Anyway, like I was saying, it was all Hopkins' call not to let anyone see her. Wouldn't even let her owner, Carter, in. So we decided to go talk to him directly. We found him staying in a room at the fanciest mansion in town. A ship captain by the name of Turner built it. Turns out it had a guest room specially reserved for judges and preachers and bigwigs like that.
Okay, so you went to see Hopkins directly. Did he seem to be a demon god pillar?
A demon god pillar? You serious? How the hell should I know? What was I gonna do? Shoot him in the face to see if he transformed? Come on. In the end, all I could do was watch Master get worn out.
He was a pretty tough opponent.
Being exhausted from consecutive battles is one thing. But I can't believe you're this exhausted just from talking to someone, Senpai. Maybe the magical erosion caused by the curse that Media is concerned about is affecting Master too?
What are we talking about?
That's definitely important too, but first... You want to hear more about what happened there? How did Mr. Carter handle the negotiations?
Carter's a pretty level-headed guy, but he's also got balls of steel. He went toe to toe with Hopkins the whole time. You'd never know he was just a mild-mannered professor.
Abby told me. Carter served during a war.
One of the many skirmishes they had with the French, I assume.
A military man. That explains it.
Or maybe with the natives.
He walks just a bit gingerly. Must be an old war wound.
I'm impressed you got that, Sanson. I didn't notice at all.
Carter didn't even try for an emotional appeal or anything like that. He just said that Tituba was his own private property, and refused to budge from his claim that taking her away like this was unlawful seizure.
I mean, I don't like how. To be fair, he did say that because he was trying to get her out of prison, but yeah. As far as I could tell, like, he reprimanded her, but he seemed like he was on relatively good terms with Tituba. Like, he just told her to not talk about her homeland anymore to the kids, and then left it at that. So, I mean, I don't know. He even said he would seek punitive damages if this resulted in any impediment to her ability to work. The constables who were there were pretty freaked when Carter said how much money he would ask. When Carter said how much money he would ask for, but Hopkins didn't even blink.
The cursed doll. What of it? What became of that evidence?
That's where our ringmaster showed what she was made of. She kept insisting to see the figure again to determine whether there was black magic at work.
But
all Hopkins would say was, the devil has taken up residence in that doll, just as he has taken up residence in Tituba. One need only look at the suffering child to see the hand of the devil in all this. If we are to limit the curse's reach, we cannot have people getting near or even touching that doll.
ironically, that would be the sensible move in a situation involving magecraft.
But Mr. Carter wasn't having that, so he decided to speak with the Reverend who made the diagnosis,
It helps that Abby went with him, I guess.
That's true. Abby's a very strong believer herself. Maybe she can get the Reverend to listen to reason. At least I hope so. Now it's just a race against time. What do you mean?
Hopkins is going to try to extract confessions from his suspects. That's what he does best.
Who is Hopkins? It's time you told us, Sanson.
Alright. From what I know, Matthew Hopkins was a British attorney. If this is indeed 1692, Hopkins would be quite elderly, yet he doesn't seem so. However, history tells us he died in 1647, almost half a century ago if Abigail gave us the correct date. I can only surmise that history is wrong in this. During his life, he was best known by the title of Witchfinder General.
So he's in the military? No, not really.
No, he's not military. Matthew Hopkins made witch hunts his life's work. The title was, so far as we know, one he gave himself. He supported himself with the rewards he got from hunting witches.
Yeah, so he was basically a con man who tricked people into believing witches were a thing, and then murdered people and got paid for it. Yeah.
His methods were brutal, even cruel, but people went along with them. I heard that he was responsible for the execution of 300 so-called witches in East England over the course of 3 years.
300 people? In only 3 years? But weren't all of them innocent?
Most of them, yes, I expect. What a scumbag. So he went around seeing innocent people strung up as witches just to make a buck?
Did you say they were hanged? I thought witches were burned at the stake back then.
The vast majority of these witch hunts resulted in hangings, especially in England. Witchcraft was considered a grave crime against the teachings of God. As such, suspected witches were tried and executed the same as other felons. Burning someone at the stake was more a form of torture than execution, and also served as a warning to anyone watching. As executions go, hanging is far more efficient and less painful.
If the neck snaps, if done poorly and the neck doesn't snap, you know. But yeah, sure. A proper hanging is less painful. Yeah. As these people are British colonists,
They probably share many of the same sensibilities.
does that mean they're gonna hang Tituba?
With Hopkins here, that's definitely possible. Putting Tituba in that disgusting underground prison will wear on her mind, and quickly. If an ordinary person's locked away, starved, and denied visitors, they might last a week. No, 3 days at most.
3 days. So that's what you meant by a race against time. Sanson, very knowledgeable about this.
Gotta hand it to you, Prince Neza. You're way better with kids than me.
So then, you were never able to examine the evidence?
I took a look at it, but I couldn't tell you one way or the other. It just looked like a regular handcrafted doll.
That means I'll need to examine it myself. For all your talents, Master,
I don't think you'd be the best equipped to handle this sort of thing.
it'd be great if you could do that, but...
First, tell us about this workshop ritual.
Of course. I believe you already heard the general outline
I gave to the others earlier. Oh no.
I'll spare you the details. In summary, I took the liberty of
Turning this house into my workshop. Right.
should be quite helpful, as it seems to largely be staying here during our mission.
I see. Indeed, as of now, the area we're investigating here is much smaller compared to past missions.
My primary aim was to ensure I could make full use
Use of my magecraft, but there are other benefits as well. Like spirit form.
That is, so long as we're in my workshop, we're not affected by the influence this land is having on us.
You mean, yeah, yes they can, Ritsuka. Yes they can, you missed it.
Right? That's only a very small part of all this. Oh. Can anyone here describe what Tituba looks like in detail? Huh? What do you mean?
I know she's, a mild-mannered woman with brown skin, but... That's strange.
What about the color of her eyes? Her hairstyle, her build, her age? Now that you mention it, I can't remember anything like that.
Oh man, I can't either. What the hell? Damn, you're right, Media. We didn't even know we were caught in the enemy's trap.
So then, something's been interfering with our awareness? Or maybe our memories?
I And as long as we're inside this workshop, we're not subject to that interference, correct?
Right. If this bounded field can so easily interfere with the servant's senses, it must be the sort of thing that would typically require a divine spirit to create. And yet we still can't get a firm grasp on it. It's like it slips away whenever we try.
What do you think about all this?
Isn't it obvious? Tituba's been concealing her true appearance all along. Actually, she's the one who strikes me as odd at this point more so than Hopkins, in fact. If anyone here has a connection to the Demon God Pillar, I'd bet it's her. Huh. Ideally, I would have liked to examine her after she returned here to Mr. Carter's house. But since that no longer seems to be possible, I'll just have to go examine her myself.
That seems like it'd put you at a hell of a disadvantage. Well, I guess you're the only one who hasn't been so affected by the bounded field. I guess that's why you're the Queen Witch or whatever, yeah?
Huh? You know it?
I'm the baddest witch of all. No need to be shy about it. Yeah, Media totally talks like that, yep.
Huh. Kinda thought that might piss you off. I guess Salem agrees with you or something?
I know we're already asking a lot of you, Media, but there's something else we need your help with.
Alright, what about contacting Caldia?
Yeah, I still haven't done that since you set this up.
I've been focusing on getting the workshop done, so I haven't made any progress there yet, but I'm about to. I'd give it about a 50-50 chance of working, sadly. Master, I think this is your call.
Do we focus on saving or possibly capturing Tituba? Or on making contact with Caldia? I mean, Mash is gonna say save Tituba. Right.
Well, this is an important mission, so I guess...
Or not. We should focus on making contact with Caldia.
We don't have any time to waste, Senpai. You need to consider our options carefully. I'm pretty sure that long face of yours isn't going to convince Master of anything of the sort.
Nope.
I guess not.
Anyway, there might be a whole lot of problems we've got to solve. But it's not like we've suffered any losses ourselves so far, right? I guess, no, we haven't. So don't get mad at me for saying this, but I don't think contacting Caldia needs to be a priority right now. I bet you're relieved.
Oh? You backing me up on this, Media?
Yes, I agree. Given the circumstances, making contact with Caldia can wait. For now, I'm going to pay Hopkins a visit. Would you mind escorting me, Ringmaster? I like to say that no one else needs to come along, but I doubt that will be well received. Me, I'll go along too.
Anyone else want to come? Strength in numbers, right? Yeah, surely he won't perceive that as a threat and have the guards throw you in prison too. Or try to, anyway. And you'll be kicked out of the village.
Then I shall join you as well. I think there may be something I can do to improve the situation.
That would be great. You, Sanson. Okay then, in the meantime, we'll keep investigating the village. Robin, Nessa, shall we?
Sure thing. I guess we'll head back to the Whatley estate.
Understood.
Oh, Mr. Hopkins!
Ritsuka, was it? I do not care how many times you ask. I will not be releasing a suspect held in custody. If she is truly innocent, then she has nothing to fear. Do not interfere with my work. You are oddly presumptuous for a band of traveling performers. Unless you have some personal reason to protest the suspect's detention.
Senpai, are you sure it was a good idea to face him head on like this?
It's the quickest way for Media to get a look.
That may be true, but still. Ritsuka, Mash. You need to keep Hopkins talking. Make him show you the evidence he seized.
Easy for you to say. You don't know this guy.
Absolutely not. That evidence is crucial to this case. This is not up for discussion.
Go on, isn't there anything we can do? What are you gonna do, Sanson?
Why are you so fixated on this object? The slave woman has already admitted to making it.
That may be, but...
Your Honor? And who might you be? My name is Charles Henry Sanson. I'm a member of the Ritsuka Company. A Frenchman, eh? You're certainly a long ways from home. Indeed, I have been wandering for a long time, but I also know a thing or two about medicine. In fact, I've treated a significant number of patients.
By treated? What do you mean, beheaded?
Furthermore, I'm told there are people here who have fallen ill, with children among their number. So if it would please Your Honor, I would ask your permission to examine them. Well now, this is a surprise. Are you a doctor? No doubt you mean to charge exorbitant prices for some potion or such. Or perhaps you're a heretic yourself. Nothing of the sort, Your Honor. For example, I can see that you suffer from joint pain. And what does that prove? The same could be said for most men my age. I'm sure the inclement weather we have been having lately doesn't help. And perhaps your aching joints have put you in a foul mood. I can also see that you enjoy your liquor, but don't care for a lot of milk in your tea. If I may, I would suggest that you refrain from drinking too much. It would also do you good to eat more fresh vegetables, rather than subsist only on bread and meat. I suggest, zucchini. I also recommend a salad with parsley and apple vinegar dressing. It will help with the pain.
They do say diet's the root of good health.
I gotta say I approve of your methods, Frenchman. Any layman could do the same. I can all but hear you shouting that you're like those ghouls who think applying a few leeches entitles them to a reward. Very well. I shall grant you permission to examine the patients. However, you're not to harm or puncture their bodies in any way, nor are you permitted to administer anything brought in from outside their homes. Also, you may charge no fee. You'll be paid a fixed amount per household from the village coffers. Thank you, Your Honor. That's more than enough.
This is great. Now we can examine the villagers as much as we like.
Plus, I think this could help with our investigation, right, Senpai? Probably. That's a very you way to handle it, Sanson.
I hope you don't mind my taking the liberty, Ringmaster.
Hopkins, your first responsibility lies neither to the villagers nor to your decrepit knees and back.
It's to the health of a valuable witness, Tituba. Damn. Let's see how this works out for ya.
As a fellow woman, I'm going to examine her, whether you like it or not.
Give me the key to her cell now. Yes, me thinks this might not be the best way to go about this, but hey, you know, we'll see if it works out for him.
Media? I'm sorry, Ringmaster. There's just something about this man I can't stand.
Well now, if you've come to perform a farce, I'm afraid you're in the wrong place.
And what about you? Are you really fit to serve as the guardian of the law that you claim to be?
Medicine is an intellectual practice, and so is the domain of men. The superstitious nonsense women espouse as healing is nothing more than witchcraft. Tell me, woman, are you a witch?
I am wisdom itself.
Deep, womanly wisdom.
Clearly, you don't believe that women have anything useful to offer in their experience or stories.
Watch your mouth. I dare you address his honor that way. Hold. These people didn't come here to enact violence. I've heard stories myself, you know. Including ones about thieves who disguise themselves as traveling performers. Indeed. I see now that such a cover would be perfect for those with larcenous intent. Cunning clowns win over the children, and obscenely dressed dancing girls beguile good upstanding men. They mislead the townspeople with caricatures of bystanders and voyeurs, then take advantage of the commotion to steal from them. At times they even commit arson or burglary, and disappear like so much smoke. Once they leave, they never return to that town, not even caring what manner of evidence they leave behind. What a foolish, dim-witted notion. Such greedy bandits can never hope to perform or refine a tragedy, nor a moving comedy. None could ever compare to King Lear or the Merchant of Venice, as I saw them in the London Globe Theatre. Ha ha ha.
Probably shouldn't say this one, huh? Don't lump us in with bandits like that.
That's right. We're performing the best we can.
Hypocrite. Arson and burglary are precisely what you yourself did during your witch hunts. Still, could it be that he regrets his past now? He almost seems like he's trying to make amends.
Does he?
I swear to you that we respect Salem's customs, and would never do anything to compromise its piety.
You don't say. I'll tell you now that I sent a messenger down to Boston to visit someone who knows the city well. And he reported back that no one had ever heard of a troupe calling themselves the GACHA Company. That is not in itself a significant problem. Massachusetts has not forgotten the Boston witch trial of John Goodwin from 4 years ago. 4 children began having strange seizures, and as expected, an old witch was responsible for them. Indeed, the devil frequently makes use of women for his evil means. How can you be certain that the slave woman is not one of his pawns? And so I declare that Salem must be placed on high alert. There are witches in our midst. The devil is here in Salem. There is no telling what form he may take. Does this mean you're banishing us? So you would confess your guilt by running away? Quite the opposite. Ritsuka, I give you permission to perform for the entire town.
What? I mean, he said, you know, no thieves could put on a good performance. So I guess he's gonna judge our authenticity by our performance.
And you will perform. Tonight, you will give a masterful performance that moves everyone here. And in doing so, you will demonstrate that you truly are performers. Gather as many villagers as will fit in the town hall, and give them a good show.
We just did that last night. We only had like 5 people there.
That was only a select few. This will be for the rest of the village. And if your play does not move them, I will have you arrested as bandits pretending to be performers, and investigate you all thoroughly.
The John Goodwin stuff. I basically just said Massachusetts remembers the Boston witch trials of John Goodwin or whatever. Hang on. Did I pass it? Where is it? Here it is. Massachusetts has not forgotten the Boston witch trial of John Goodwin from 4 years ago, for children began. Yeah.
If we succeed, will you release Tituba from prison? That is a promise I cannot make. A crime is still a crime. But I can say that if it goes to trial, your success will leave a much better impression on the jurors. And one more thing. That woman will not be in your cast when you perform.
Who, Mata?
Huh? Me? Why?
Lock her in a cell as well to ensure her compatriots do not flee in the night.
You can't be serious. Is he gonna put her in the same cell as Tituba?
You were extremely rude to a judge. Be grateful I did not pass sentence on you here and now.
Who did Medea even play? I assume probably the queen's attendant, I guess.
In fact, I'll even put you next to Tituba, just as you wished.
Hopkins.
Ah, truly convincing anguish. I hope to see such pathos from all you actors tonight.
Medea. This is all so sudden. You want us to perform tonight? What play should we?
Don't worry. I will select that for you as well. But it must be about something that Salem needs now more than ever.
Alright. This is gonna be interesting since we haven't had time to review the script. Surely this will go well. I'm gonna stop there because something tells me this is gonna be probably one long, basically no good stopping point in the rest of these, I imagine. See, I'm gonna stop there. Interesting. So, Tituba, or Queen of Sheba, or whatever. Seemed like a nice person. Like she was good to Abby, nice to us, like. So I don't know why this person who's impersonating Medea would think she's the one connected to the demon pillar. Like, but I guess we could have said the same thing about Scheherazade, right? So it's, oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna end up being the case, though. I don't think it'll be her. I think it's gonna be... Honestly? I'm not even thinking the Whatleys. I think it's Abby, to be honest. I think that's the twist that's gonna end up happening. Obviously, don't confirm it. I want to wait and see for myself, but I'm thinking it's Abigail. Well, yeah, you know, the her slipping from the mines is Medea's reasoning. It's still weird. I don't know. But again, what I'm calling is it's gonna end up being Abby, but even Abby doesn't know about it. How that works, I don't know, but I think it's gonna be something along those lines. Mayhaps. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, things are getting quite interesting. Quite interesting. But yeah, no, I guess it's gonna do it. And like I said, because of the whole internet thing, I have to take tomorrow off. But so we'll continue this on Saturday and see what becomes of us. Hopefully we put on a good play. That Something tells me, it won't satisfy him, though. I don't know why. I have this weird feeling it's not gonna satisfy this dude. But... I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but, yeah, anyway, I'll catch you guys next time for, the second play. Peace.